The most historically recognized man, for having one of the longest known lives, according to several ancient texts, was Methuselah, who lived 969 years until the Great Flood destroyed everything known until then. According to the Bible, Methuselah was the eighth and last antediluvian patriarch, son of Enoch, father of Lamech and grandfather of Noah. In the biblical texts, it is mentioned that Enoch was 65 years old when he begot Methuselah, and he lived 365 years. When Methuselah was 187 years old, he begot Lamech and died at the age of 969. Can we believe this was true? Or perhaps it was an error in the computation of the years, as some scholars claim? However, it is very improbable that it was an error, because it appears in other texts not belonging to the Bible. In the Masoretic text, which is the Hebrew version of the Bible, it coincides that at the age of 187, he begot Lamech and died at the age of 969, the same year in which the flood took place. In the Septuagint, which is the Greek Old Testament, the years coincide, but it differs in stating that he died 6 years before the Great Flood. Methuselah is also mentioned in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It is possible that some differences from one text to another are transcription errors. However, all of them agree in affirming that he lived many years. The Palermo stone is a fragment of a black stone, diorite, which originally would have been between 2 m long and 60 centimeters high, and is part of one of the most important ancient Egyptian texts. It describes the pre-dynastic rulers of ancient Egypt, who reigned in the land of the pharaohs for hundreds of years before the arrival of the first human pharaoh Narmer. It is in the Archaeological Museum of Palermo in Sicily, hence its name. Other parts of this piece are in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo and the Petrie Museum in London. The dating of this stone resulted in 25 centuries BC. The document, in hieroglyphic script, lists 120 kings who reigned before the ancient Egyptians officially existed as a civilization. Interestingly, the names of the mysterious gods and demigods appear in the Egyptian royal genealogies as well. The similarities between the Palermo stone, the royal canon of Turin, and the Sumerian king list are incredible, as all three mention a time when these supposed gods, or possibly non-human beings, came to Earth and ruled for hundreds and even thousands of years. Weld's prism, on the other hand, sets out a list not only of the pharaohs, but of the gods who ruled the earth. It points out that before the flood the gods ruled, and after the flood the pharaohs. In the past, the earth was ruled by mysterious kings for thousands of years, who supposedly descended from heaven. In Weld's prism, one can read that after the kingship descended from heaven, the kingship was in Eridug. In Eridug, Alulim became king. The Sumerian king list describes 8 kings who ruled the earth for a total of 241,200 years, until the time of the Great Flood, and after the great disaster passed, the rulers again descended from heaven. Methuselah is reflected in this list. Were Methuselah, his father Enoch, his son Lamech, and his grandson Noah non-human beings, descendants of those Sumerian gods who ruled the earth? And who knows, maybe they are still ruling.